Leos, how are you doing, my darlings? Are you ready to deep dive? Your energy is gorgeous, and your main card is the Empress. This is a powerful, sexy, independent woman energy, and I am digging it. But you know what I will say? What's really dominant in the reading is this Five of Wands energy. The Empress is the overall energy, but the Empress is dealing with the Five of Wands, and the wars and battles card are out, and the food and hunger card are out. So we're talking about recession, we're talking about cost of living, we're talking about your life and your dreams changing in a really difficult direction. We're talking about some kind of adversity, struggle, a difficult issue around lies and race. There's something going on here about what it means to be black, what it means to be white, what it means to be mixed. A really interesting reading for me to come and start talking about racism, culture, skin color, complexion, belief system, stereotypes around race and equality, oppression. Yeah? Very deep, very interesting. We're really going to have to deep dive here. Much more cards to come out. So let's begin. What scripts me about this reading straight away is the woman that you've been. Beautiful energy, because the farm card is out, leaving and traveling card is out, and the Three of Cups, the bold, powerful woman on the front of this card, is also out. So it is telling me straight away you had a dream, a manifestation. I always connect the farm card to your wildest dream. And it's funny because the other deck has come out with Follow Your Dreams, 85. That's a 13, breaks down to a 4. 44 seconds, as I said that on the clock as well. We're talking about a dream and a manifestation, your wildest dream. The farm card is my wildest dream. And I'll share that with you because this is how we read tarot and create image and vision. But for as long as I can remember, I just wanted acres and 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 acres of land. Yeah, I need space. I want to run around naked. I want to be free. I want to be a hippie. I want to live my best life. And in order for that to happen, we have to manifest. You've been manifesting your best life, and as a result of that in the past, you had to leave something behind. Yeah? And no matter how wild or crazy your dream seems to be, I come from the ghetto, I come from the hood, I come from council housing. So for me to manifest a farm of acres and 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 be this wild out there hippie that still embraces technology and other quantum ideologies, it's very out there. I never saw that for myself. So there's this side of your evolution now that you didn't see. But you walked away from a dream you had because you wanted better for yourself. And now, in the now moment, you are living in the struggle of that. That's what I get. Okay? So you're coming out of this really celebratory energy where I'm liberated, I'm free, I'm a single mother. I also get I'm a single father, I'm single, I'm on my own. You've moved out from your parents' house. The baby card is out with the solitude card, the hermit card. So I'm looking at a baby mother, a baby father, a person who's just got out of prison, because we've got that kind of energy here too, just got out of being imprisoned. That prison could be a metaphor here. I'm looking at the card of prison, but it could be a metaphor for feeling trapped. You celebrated when you walked away from this wildest dream, which means you knew you were going for something else, something better. Crazy to look at the farm and the wildest dream ideology and see you celebrate and leave. There's a suitcase here. There's a massive farm, a suitcase, and you walking off with as a really powerful woman, looking incredibly strong and sexy, and then the Empress card's out. Male or female, right? Because the cards are just images, and it could be a masculine really in his power too. But it is gorgeous. But now war and battles have happened, because now you're remembering what it is to live on your own. Create a new wish, create a new manifestation, dream again. Firstly, I want to say never give up, and I want to say your energy's gorgeous. I'm highlighting some heavier undertones of what you're going through now, but I can see that that's part of your ascension into the new world that you're heading towards. Because maybe about 4 years ago for me, 5 years ago, I went through this shift where consciously, as a clairvoyant, I could see my manifestation locked in, and I could see where I was going, who I was becoming, and I could see I had manifested what I wanted. So the manifestation had to evolve. I didn't try to make this manifestation evolve. My first ever big manifestation was that farm. I manifested that reality for myself. But something naturally in me, just as I was evolving and seeing this come into fruition, like seeing the direction of my life to head this way, and ground the first steps of this manifestation, considering we have decades left on this planet, most of us, yeah? Everything doesn't have to happen in 1 year or 2 years or 3 years, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We have time. Utilize time. So in that moment, my whole life started to shake and rock and become such a nightmare, and a mess, and chaos was everywhere. I was wrapped up in chaos theory and the ideology of positive and negative and ebbs and flows and light and dark and positive and negative and good people and bad people and happy memories and bad memories. The whole whirlpool of bullshit was all over me in my aura every single day. And that's kind of what you've kind of gone through to a certain degree, or are going through now with wars and battles. I see struggles financially. I need you to understand what budgeting is, and how to use an Excel spreadsheet, and how to budget every single one of your expenses, in outgoings, I want to say, expenses, what you're investing, what you're saving, what your bills and utilities are. Break down every single penny of your money. Remember your old school techniques of how you survived in the past, and start learning to do all of this again for yourself for this new manifestation. Now, like the farm for me, this is an example, okay, I hope this helps. The farm manifestation for me was like 20 years down the line. That's what I'm going to have forever. That's my nest egg. That's me as an old lady sitting outside, smoking a cigarette or smoking a pipe. I think I'm a hobbit from Lord of the Rings, obviously, with one of those little pipes that blow bubbles, and me and Dumbledore are just chilling, listening to Hobbit music and picking mushrooms for a gorgeous dinner, right? But that's the end goal. The end goal to life is that beautiful farmland that is rich and nourished and very isolated and alone, just me with my immediate family, the ones I love the most, in a beautiful, secluded, solitude style life, living nature-rist, nudist, free. But then also having a hell of a lot of new age technology to go with that. Utilizing technology and the advancements of tech and AI in really authentic, nourishing, natural ways, and then embracing spirituality in that. That's my end goal. So I've seen that and I've locked that in. But there are steps towards that I have to take first, yeah? So in your manifestation, have you got a checkpoint? For not necessarily time, but it's good to scale 5 years, 10 years, 3 years, 2 years. Start establishing what you've achieved so far and what you really want next. Moreover, what you can do every year to help actualize your dreams. Because I've got a long way to go before I'm sitting there with my pipe in my little hobbit cave, surrounded by all of this land that I own. I've got a long time before all of the elements and decoration of it is done. I love people that travel in RVs as well. Caravan houses, caravan homes, and those homes that can be built and constructed in a minute or two. You can buy a house on Amazon and get it all built up, like all of those kind of properties and those kind of commune lands, communities and tribes. I love all of that. But in the world we're going, we also need to be really tech savvy and stand up for politics and what's right, because the world's getting more and more corrupt. So we can't be too left and live on the farm all day. We do have to do real grown up boss bitch shit. So it's about finding the line between the two. And it's about going on a journey to understand that, right? And not feeling alone on the journey. Because now I've just revealed another card that was hiding behind the Wars and Battles card. Didn't know it was there. And it's the Orphan card. Someone has gone from feeling great after liberating themselves from this toxic dream or manifestation to going into feeling completely alone, struggling financially, feeling at a loss with themselves, and trying to remember the happier times or where they're at now. Don't lose hope. Don't lose hope either. And don't be ashamed or feel any negative judgment inside of you if me, a reader, is saying anything about your financial situation and that it's not the greatest it's been. Don't be ashamed if family or friends are speaking about it, or you have to tell other people that you're not in the greatest financial standing. Don't be ashamed of that, because one of the main limitations on your mind and your psyche is feeling like you have to hide out or be isolated or alone or struggle because you can't own what you're really going through. We all fall on hard times, and we should all be able to speak to the ones that we love the most about our hard times. Not expect handouts, not expect a dime, not expect any kind of help, but just someone to hold space for you and listen to what you're going through. And if they can't do that, they're not for you. I lost a lot of people in my life because I just needed someone to hold the space for me that I would for them, and they couldn't do that. And in that moment, that made me resentful, that made me bitter, that made me angry, that made me hateful, vengeful, that brought up dark emotions in me. So I realised I can't be around them, I can't be around that. I need to remove myself because I feel unsupported, I feel unloved, I feel uncared for. I need nourishment. And that doesn't look too great if others are looking at you expecting you to tolerate the bullshit that they're offering you, right? But it's not enough. I need more. And that's the revelation that you're having. So make sure you surround yourself with more and remove the relationships that make you feel shitty, because you don't need it. And you don't have to force friendships and relationships with anyone in this lifetime who make you feel shitty and who you have to lie to. If you can't be 100% yourself with that person, that's not your person. No matter how long they've been there, you've changed and shifted since this dream has changed, since you walked away from this dream. What's interesting is where you're going is incredible. The future is galactic with wisdom. So you're stepping into this whole super galactic, super powerful, I love Burning Man. Everything about Burning Man, right? And what I love about Burning Man is the kind of culture and vibe that it represents, at least to me. It's kind of hippie, it's emo, it's eccentric, it's spiritual, it's okay, everyone's supposedly rich and obnoxious and everyone's just going for this kind of super cool, probably nepo, posh, spiritual, wealthy getaway, where everyone just gets freaky and turns up and acts wild for a little while, but everyone's quite in well-off positions in their life. But it's a surrender. It's a moment in time. It's free form. It's art flow. It's fluidity. It's self-discovery. It's a moment to break the status quo of how we should all be living and existing. It's music, which I love. And it's the way that everyone looks. It's the neon colours. It's the crazy dreadlocks and hair plaiting. It's the colours. It's the bralettes. It's the bicycles, the unicycles. It's the dust. It's the beautiful artwork that's created. It's the music that's bouncing all the time. It's everyone pulling up in their caravans. It's a vibe. Period. It's a vibe. That's my vibe, right? And I get that because what this reading is really bringing to the surface, which I love so much, is this is where we're going. This is where you're going. Let's just say all the content on my channel, where I'm at in the mind frame, and coming from being a really leftist, nudist, naturalist, to living on a farm, to then going to this emo, queer, quirky, um out there alternative person. That's part of the journey. Start experimenting with yourself. Start experimenting with your hair. Start experiment. I want to say, this is weird. Listen to me when I say this, because I'm still trying to suss it out, right? Start experimenting with your skin color. That sounds weird, right? You can't change your skin color. You are who you are. But there seems to be a conversation here about your race being denied and your true ethnicity being ignored. So if in my head, I'm getting someone who could be mixed, right? But you play down, you've always straightened your hair out, so no one could even see what your real natural hair texture is. You naturally have a full-blown afro, for example, but you've relaxed your hair for so many years that everyone just thinks you're Eastern European or full-on white or British, but truthfully you're mixed and you've got this culture and that culture. So it's not about, like, it's about how you're seen and shown up. But you're allowed to be authentically you. And if you are a quarter of this or a quarter of that or half of this, or you've got other ethnicities and backgrounds that represent you and make up your DNA, you're allowed to own that. And for from whatever situation you've been in the past and how you had to present, you had to be one way. So that's like being that really lovely spiritualist versus being that really out there Burning Man hippie with the pink, purple, green, blue, neon dreadlocks, right? It's an era of funk and cyberpunk, and where we're going, we're cranking up the cyber, right? I've gone from being a supernaturalist, in my opinion, to kind of, right now I have green dreadlocks and it looks like a bird's nest. I look like I live in a bush in the forest. I look like a bush woman right now. Green moss dreadlocks with brown and blonde in it. It's an afro, it's a bird's nest, it's all over the place. There's plaits, there's twists, there's dreadlocks. It's a hot damn mess. I can clean it up and go out and still look very posh and sophisticated and wrap it really nice and tight, or wear a headscarf. I'm in headscarf era too. Really weird, interesting thing to share. So I'm giving Nefertiti vibration, bushwoman vibration, Burning Man emo vibration, cyberpunk vibration, and all of this stuff I never expected. I did not expect this. So you're breaking through. I don't know why this race seems to be a factor. Black and white seem to be a factor here. I don't know why, but that's the cards that are out. I've got 2 black and white images, and one of the cards from TV Tarot is Blackish. I think you should go and watch Blackish if you've never seen it. Blackish. There's also Grownish as well. There's a few different issues that come off as a spin-off, I think. There might be another one. But Blackish is really classic and really nice. And I think in some episodes they do highlight culture a little bit. Oh, there's the, is it Mixedish? I think there's one called Mixedish. Check it out if there is Mixedish. And it was about the mum growing up in a mixed household with her black mum and white dad. I didn't really watch much of that. Oh, I might need to go back and watch that myself. Really interesting. But it's coming out with a Pretty Little Liars card. Maybe go and watch Pretty Little Liars as well. And there's always a story, a sideline, something else going on. There's been a lot of negative people in your life. A lot of people with opinions about race and religion or how you should behave or how you should show up. If you're black or you're white or you're Asian or you're mixed, whatever you are, you've been controlled about how to present your ethnicity or how to show up or what you have to do for other races to be accepted. Some really fucked up misconceptions about race and spirituality and what it means to be spiritual. Because I am spiritual more than I've ever been. But I swear more than I ever have, and I'm cyber more than I ever have before, and I'm so out there, so like punk, emo. I'm so like, when I was younger, we're going off now, like, but when I was younger, I used to be obsessed with Camden. Camden used to be my place. Camden Market, Camden shopping, Camden food. Like, I just loved everyone in Camden. I'd tattoo shops in Camden, piercing shops in Camden. I would just go to Camden and I would just love everyone with the crazy dreadlocks. Like, this woman's got lilac dreadlocks. This woman's got half her head shaved at the side. Like, It's all of those weird things that you like in childhood that you dismiss, that quite frequently they spin back round on you. So when you've got this orphan card and the wars and battles card and the food and hunger card and the healing star card, you're coming back to your true self, and it's a bit bumpy. Because the way my hair looks now, anyone that really, really knows me would give me an attitude. A lot of black people have nothing but disrespect for an afro. If I just went out with my afro natural, I would get slewed, I would get cussed, I would get dissed. I would be made to feel less than by the community that I came from, when we should be nurturing and nourishing our afros, but it'll be disrespect. If my dreadlocks are out here looking crazy and not well perfectly kept, and I look like a mad bush woman right now, disrespect I would receive from my community that I came from. But I'm a shaman, and this is the real me. So it's about breaking the curse of how you're going to be perceived by these people from the past, or how you're supposedly have to show up. Even conversations in my head I'm getting about cultural appropriation. So white people are not allowed dreadlocks, white people are not allowed hair extensions. That's cultural appropriation. I grew up in Camden. I grew up going to Camden. I love, and most people in Camden are white, eccentric cyberpunks. So tell me otherwise. And my jewelry's super cyberpunk now. That doesn't say every now and then I change my hair and I don't go back to a naturalist and I've got all my extensions that are a nice brown and oaky tones that make me look more natural. But I'll have that for half the quarter, half the month, and then suddenly I'll switch it up and then fuck it, I want some neon pink and I want a bit of neon yellow and I'm going to go moss green. Get funky with it. And let no one tell you otherwise. And if you look totally insane and crazy, then that's you for the window of time that's you, because you're allowed to be wild and free. Like when I get up and I'm looking crazy bush woman with the moss green, I'm like, hell yeah. Hell yeah, this is so you. You've got to catch yourself in the moment being super emo and out there and weird on your own and going like, shit, I remember when I was young and I loved these kind of people and now I'm this kind of person, you know? So that's what I'm sharing with you today. And I love your energy, because as soon as I came and I saw the Empress card, I love the energy, but it kind of gave me this journey. Even if you're masculine and you relate to this, do let me know if you are a masculine tuning in. Hit the like, share more in the comments if you're a man, because the energy is really, really Empress. But the Empress is different to the Emperor, isn't it? Because it still can be a man, but it's that energy of just gorgeous love, gorgeous love of self and awakening and why you're here and moving forward and being beautiful and powerful and charging forward and owning all sides of you. Because to be spiritual is to show up like this. To be spiritual is to show up like that. I'm so alive. And I'm so in power. And that is you and the steps that you are taking when you drop the act. Drop the ego. Drop the need to be. Go for it. Go for it. In your head, there's a vision of what you want to look or how you want to be or how you want to, what you want to wear, what your fashion choice is. Sounds a little bit materialistic, but it's not, because self-love and self-care is tethered to how you present. So go online, start looking at hairstyles that you want. Every other month I'll do a hairstyle pin board, a Pinterest, and I'll pin all the hairstyles I like and that I want to try. And I never go for a hairstyle that's already just there and done. I'll make a collage and then I'll do my hair as a spin-off collage of that hairstyle. I've had my whole head multi-neon colours, plaits, long. I've had twists all the way down to near enough my ankles. Now I've had hair 100 different styles, right? But the reason I keep sharing all my stories with you, because your stories are important. It's interesting when I do readings. I love doing readings like this for all zodiacs, because it shows me different character and energy and where we're all going, and it really identifies difference to me. What's interesting for you and your energy that you're presenting with me today is, I'm becoming a storyteller with you, and I want to sit and just talk to you about my life. That means you have purpose, and what you should be doing is telling stories more about your life and being open to feng shui telling. That could be actual doing feng shui, but there's feng shui in word. There's feng shui in spoken tongue. There's feng shui in your story. There's feng shui in your hairstyle. There's feng shui in your makeup. There's feng shui in your head wrap. There's feng shui in your outfits, in your choice of dress and style. Get funky with it. Get funky with it, because manifesting the life you want comes from manifesting the life you want, actualizing the life you want, living the life you want. I am so ready for Burning Man. It's not Burning Man season. And every time I get up in the morning sometimes and I just walk into the bathroom and I glimpse myself in the mirror and I look at myself, I'm like, what time is Burning Man? When we leaving for Burning Man? Because I'm clearly dressed and ready to go. And it makes me laugh every time. Hold on, wait. Do I live in Camden? I should be at Camden by 4 p.m. because clearly I'm ready to go. Hold on, wait. Did I just come out of the bush? I live in a bush. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, okay. And from coming from a place where my makeup had to be beat and I had lace wigs before lace wigs were a thing, right? I was so in love with Tyra Banks and America's Next Top Model donkeys ago. I started wearing lace wigs in like 2012. So now everyone wears lace wigs and slicks up their edges all the time with got to be glue and it's stuck down to their head and they're living that way. I can't stand that shit. Not a disrespect to them, but because I've been wearing lace wigs since 2012 and lace wigs only really got popular in 2020. I'm done with it. I already had too many years with that shit glued to my head. I want crazy dreads. I want crazy twists and plaits. I want an afro. I'm out here doing some crazy mad shit. I just want to go back to the bush and chill. With my tech though, so that's weird. But I hope that found you well, and I hope that makes sense. And I hope that this inspires you to share your stories and talk to other people about your journey and what you've gone through, because who you are and how you're presenting is incredibly powerful. And it's not about career today or anything else other than you following your dreams and you standing in your power and you showing up as who you want to be and you breaking that curse of having to be what anyone else wants you to be, and you not having to deflect or feel awkward about your financial standing or what you do or don't have at this time. And what's nice, what I will never regret is when I was at my lowest and I was struggling and I opened up and was vulnerable and let everybody in to kind of see me as I was going through the shift and change, it made me aware of how much I have shifted and changed and from everyone else around me at the same time. And how unbeneficial so many of those relationships had become or would be in the future where I'm going next. So if you feel halted or paused or conflicted or stuck, it's because you are being halted and you are being asked to assess who comes with you next on the journey. And that's not selfish. That's consciousness. There's no point maintaining, stabilizing, holding on to relationships that are clearly unstable. And if someone can't be there for you at your worst or going through struggle or looking down on you for you owning your reality, and you know you're not staying in this situation, you know that this is just a hiccup, a bump in the road, a hanged man moment, a moment to learn, a moment to overcome, a moment to ground yourself before you take the next step. So if anyone else is looking at that and giving you low vibration or making you feel less than or telling you to go back to that or forcing you into directions that you're not meant to go in, gaslighting you, undermining you, making you feel shit for the fact that you're feeling shit, like tearing you down more. Manipulation is very underhanded sometimes, but you can tell when you're around people and how you feel afterwards when they take from you or give to you in a way that's really underhanded. They're giving to you in this pity, you need this energy. I didn't ask for it. I didn't need anything from you. I didn't ask for a thing, but you're giving it to me because manipulation, basically. A lot of underhanded manipulation, lies and deceit and controls about how you should be you, whilst you're the only one who knows how to be you. So be grateful that this is what you're going through now. Everyone is being revealed. We're seeing everyone's true colors, and you're coming out as the truest version of you after this. And you're ascending. You're going to be really, really financially abundant. Whatever you had in the past that you let go of, you're going to be richer than that, way more wealthier than that. You're going to be so fucking rich and so fucking well off because of who you are and what you've done and what you've chosen in your life. Some people are destined. You've always been destined for riches, always. So don't worry about what you're going through now. This is building character in you. And what God always tells me over and over again is, we need you to remember these moments where you struggled and you had it hard and you didn't have enough. And money was tight. Because when you get to where we're going, we're going to need you to remember that and have empathy and consideration for those who are like the old version of you, because they're going to need your help. You're meant to help the others. So you need to go through it. We need you to experience it to such a degree that it never leaves you and it becomes part of your life purpose and destiny, so you can help others in the future. Because 10 years from now, 20 years from now, the state of the economy, the state of the world is going to be so fucking bad. So fucking bad. And the shift that we're having now, the alignment that we're going through now to our true selves, is all part of being in mission with the Most High. So we can truly be disciples of one. Yeah? You're destined for greatness. Well done. Keep doing you. Keep being funky. Keep being weird. Keep being quirky. Keep being out there. Do your crazy, awesome shit on your own. And start to find the people. I'm not even going to say start to find the people. The people will find you when you find you. So focus on you. Give all your love to you. Understand that being alone is an asset. You are an asset to yourself if you know how to be alone and you are mastering being alone. Not loneliness, but being alone. There is being lonely and there is being alone. And if you can find the power in being alone, amen. And being alone is way better than being with all of these toxic people I see. That in the future, they're going to run to you. They're going to want to be with you. They're going to want to do whatever they can. Work with you, work for you, spend time with you, live with you, move in with you, give you everything you want. But as you journeyed out of this and moved over here, climbing, struggling, going through what you're going through right now, you haven't had anyone there with you. Maybe you've had one person, two people, someone who's dependent on you like a child. Other than that, no one. No one gave a fuck. So let that old life go. Let those old ideologies go. And know that where you are going, you are going to get everything back tenfold. Love and light.